Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here with more Hulk Hogan news. I think everybody knew that immediately after the story broke, WWE, well I guess that is what broke the story, is that WWE was pulling everything down that was Hulk Hogan related from WWE.com, WWEshop.com, and every which way they can be. I mean, you've had the Mattel toy people came out and said they're not going to be making Hulk Hogan toys anymore. You've had WWE 2K16 say that they're no longer going to be featuring Hulk Hogan in the video game anymore. But I always thought it was funny that if you go over to Shop TNA, they still sell a lot of Sting merchandise, Hulk Hogan merchandise, things that they had made while they were involved with TNA, but were never able to move them out. Since they've been gone, Shop TNA took a little bit of a shot from wrestling fans for waiting all the way until WrestleMania weekend to announce that they were releasing a new Sting DVD. Obviously, one of my shots against TNA and their DVD practices is that they come out with pay-per-view DVDs each time they come out. They're always a few months behind, but at least they always get released. It doesn't matter if it's one of the one-night onlys or one of the real pay-per-views. You can always get your hands on it and keep it up in your collection. But if you take a look at what Ring of Honor does, Ring of Honor, releases the shows as they come out, but they always have a great collection of comps that come out that keep you up to date on wrestlers that you might be a really big fan of, and they seem to be the DVDs that sell better than the show DVDs, because you just get like the Briscoes set, and it's Briscoes. Why, Shop TNA over time really weren't pumping out best of Kurt Angle's, best of Jeff Hardy's, best of Hulk Hogan's, best of Sting's, and waiting till the point where these people have left the company, it's a little bit weird. Like AJ Styles is one of the only guys to ever get a Volume 1 and a Volume 2, and then waiting years and years before ever getting anything added to it. Jeff Hardy is the first guy to ever get a Volume 3 best of. But it was a little bit weird seeing that, Shop TNA put up a Hulk Hogan DVD this week. I remember I was walking into the Dollar General as somebody had tweeted me about it, like, hey, check this out. And I went and looked at it. My first thoughts were, what could they really put on there? I know that Hulk Hogan wrestled a match against Sting. I know that he wrestled the tag match with him and Abyss against Flair and AJ, but those were really the only matches I could think of. This probably is going to be nothing more than packed with promos, packed with sort of backstage skits. I know that this was sort of a money grab, but I was thinking of maybe if TNA could stay in business until October, I'd be able to grab my hands on this with their big sort of Black November sale. I think it's November is when they do it, when all month long. In the past they've done $5 DVDs. Last year they raised them up for the newer ones. I think they were selling them at $8 or $9 or something like that, but it was still a bargain in order to get that TNA DVD collection up to task of having everyone in the collection. And normally you buy a big enough amount of DVDs that the shipping is free, and it covers that. But the Hulk Hogan merchandise from Shop TNA has been pulled. So the DVD was on sale for less than a week. Somebody has already made a video on YouTube showing it off, so it was already produced, it was already made, and as soon as orders were coming in, TNA were shipping them out. But this easily could go up there with the 3 Live Crew DVD from back in 2003, I believe, or maybe 2004, as one of the rarest DVDs to get your hands on. Seeing how Shop TNA doesn't really sell a lot of DVDs. Hulk Hogan is a very popular wrestler, but I think a lot of people had the same thought that I had, of basically, what is the point of this DVD? So you just didn't want to pay the $25. But now there's a few spots that you're able to find the DVD if you really are looking for it. There's a shop on eBay that is selling it overseas. It is going to cost you a few bucks in order to get it. But it doesn't ship out until the 31st of July, so just a few days from now. Or you can also go to the Shop TNA European site, which still does it. So even there, you're going to end up paying, I think, over $35 in order to get this with shipping. So I don't know. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to wait. I don't think that Shop TNA is just going to sit on this pile of DVDs that they just brought in. I think that the Hulk Hogan stuff will die down. If it takes a month, if it takes 2 months, this DVD will come up again, and that's my thoughts on this. The very best of Hulk Hogan and TNA. But just like, WWE Shop, if you have a link to a Hulk Hogan item, it's still available. It's just blacked out. You can't search for it. So that up in my search bar here, I have a search thing for the Hulk Hogan Evolution of a Hall of Famer plaque for $89. It is the 5 pictures of Hogan. You can still get to that, as well as all of the Hulk Hogan merchandise. If you go on Twitter, you type in Hulk Hogan WWE Shop, you will see where people have tweeted out the links of different items. You can still go to those items and you can still buy them. WWE just doesn't have it public that they're selling these items, but they will sell them to Shop TNA the same way. You can go there and find a few of the Hulk Hogan figures that are up for sale, but for some reason, if you go to a link that is designated for the Hulk Hogan DVD, it takes you to the front page. So this is an item that they don't want to sell. I called Shop TNA trying to make an order. One lady picked up the phone saying, Shop TNA, how may I help you? And I asked if I would be able to buy the Hulk Hogan DVD today. And she said, oh, you want me to transfer you to Shop TNA? And she put me on hold, transfer me, phone rang, and then I had to leave a message. So no word on if they will get back to me. But I am looking for this DVD. I don't want to pay $1,000 for it, but this could go down as being one of the rarest DVDs that they have, seeing how they only sold it for a matter of 3 or 4 days.